Let me start by noting, Virginia, that this is our last rally. This is the last rally of a campaign that began nearly 2 years ago. We've gone to every corner of this country, from here in Northern Virginia to the rocky coasts of Maine, from the open plains of Texas to the open skies of Montana. And I just want to say that whatever happens tomorrow, I have been deeply humbled by this journey. You have welcomed Michelle and me and the girls into your homes. You shared your stories of struggle. You've spoken of your dreams. Along the way, in talking with all of you about your own lives, you've enriched my life. You have moved me again and again. You have inspired me. Sometimes when I'm down, you've lifted me up. You've filled me with new hope for our future. And you've reminded me about what makes America so special. In the places I've gone and the people I've met, I've been struck again and again by the fundamental decency and generosity and dignity of men and women who work hard without complaint to meet their responsibilities every day. I've come away with an unyielding belief that if we only had a government that was as responsible as all of you, as compassionate as the American people, then there's no obstacle we can't overcome. There's no destiny we cannot fulfill. So, Virginia, I just have one word for you. Just one word: tomorrow. Tomorrow. After decades of broken politics in Washington, 8 years of failed policies from George Bush, 21 months of campaigning, we are less than 1 day away from bringing about change in America. Tomorrow, you can turn the page on policies that have put greed and irresponsibility before hard work and sacrifice. Tomorrow, you can choose policies that invest in our middle class, create new jobs, grow this economy so everybody has a chance to succeed. Not just the CEO, but the secretary and the janitor. Not just the factory owner, but the men and women who work the factory floors. Tomorrow you can put an end to the politics that would divide a nation just to win an election, that pits region against region, city against town, Republican against Democrat, that asks us to fear at a time when we need to hope. Tomorrow, at this defining moment in history, Virginia, you can give this country the change that we need. It starts here in Virginia. It starts here in Manassas. This is where change begins. And we began this journey in the depths of winter on the steps of the old state capitol in Springfield, Illinois. Like Manassas, there's a lot of history there. Abraham Lincoln served there for many years. Back then, we didn't have much money or many endorsements. We weren't given much of a chance by the polls or the pundits. We knew this was going to be a steep climb. But I also knew this. I knew that the size of our challenges had outstripped the capacity of a broken politics to solve. I was certain that Americans of every political stripe were hungry for new ideas, new leadership, a new kind of politics, one that favors common sense over ideology, one that focuses on those values and ideals that we hold in common as Americans. I was convinced that when we come together, our voices are more powerful than the most entrenched lobbyists or the most vicious political attacks or the full force of a status quo in Washington that wants to keep things just the way they are. And that's how we've come so far, so close. That's how you end up with 100,000 people on a Monday night in November.